I think I got me a better stand, y'all, but we gonna do it like this today. It's this way, elongated, okay? And I can't figure out how to bring it down so that you can see me a little. But anyway, how y'all doing? What's up? Happy Tuesday. A girl is feeling better today. Wow, I was a little under the weather yesterday. Things was kind of not quite in sync with me. I had a bad headache. Bad headache. But it went away. We had a lot of rain here in Cali yesterday. It was ridiculous, okay? Just raining, just hard, just little puddles of floods, just man. But anyway, I am your hostess with the most, Donna Smith, here with some grown folk talk for you today in the afternoon. Afternoon thoughts, as I call it. How's everyone doing? Are you getting ready for the Christmas? Let me turn this around. Let me see. I want to see something, y'all. I want to see what it do. Okay, I want to rotate it this way, but it ain't liking me to do that. So we gonna keep it this way. So anyway, I'm still not liking that my face is just too far up. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments with that. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Bear with me. This is the funny part of my videos. I'm always tinkering with something technical. All right, we're gonna leave it like that because it's all right. It's all right. It's all right right there. So how's everyone? How's your afternoon? How's everything going? I It's been a busy day. It's just been a busy day, and I had some time yesterday to do a few things and to relax and reflect and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, time is getting by us. This year has already um, is passing us by. It's passing us by, and if you haven't already gotten yourself together as far as what your focus is the end of this year and the beginning of next year, you better get it going. You better get it going. Because time don't wait on nobody. I was just thinking, I was like, oh my God, this year already, I didn't put up a tree. I usually always put up a tree. Um, I do have some little whatnots around. I do have some lights up, no tree. And haven't finished my little gifts here and there. I don't really do a whole lot as far as getting a lot of gifts, but it's always something to get somebody, right? That's dear to you. Lightweight little. And I just haven't finished all that up, but we'll see. We'll see what the day brings. But anyway, I want to talk about today. This is a time of year of giving. It's a season that people buy gifts and give and, try to impress or whatever their reasons are behind the gift giving. And some people, unfortunately, they lose their jobs and, or they don't have any jobs and they are broke and their mindset is not about buying people gifts. However, other people do get them gifts, but they're not thinking about buying gifts. They're thinking about their next mode of survival. They're thinking about, bills and a place over their head and food to eat and things of that nature. And even if it's someone that you are with, that live with you, and their money is funny, this time of year can be very, very depressing for them to not be able to give. And I know going out to certain events, we mix, we mingle, we meet, we greet, and some would say that they're just not going to get involved with anyone who does not have any money. They just not gonna do it. Um, and that's not only men. I mean, women who say that. It's men too, because some men want their women or women to have something to bring to the table. Now, women, that's a big thing with women. And you know, another point I want to bring up, we do have men, some men who call themselves wanting to date and pursue a woman, and they don't have much money to show her a good time, take her to nice places, do nice things for her. They just don't have it like that, but they want to date and pursue a woman. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that um, a man should wait until his ends is straight before he even thinks about pursuing a woman? And how does that make him feel? You know, does he feel really bad and low if he has to always say to her, well, I don't have it like that. I just don't. I just can't. I don't have it like that, sweetheart. I can't. I want to do those things for you, but I can't. I just can't right now. So perhaps we can do some other stuff that just don't cost, or perhaps some will even ask or say, perhaps you can treat and I'll get you next time, and the next time, and the next time. So is it all about the money? Is it all about the money? If you are interested in someone and you're pursuing them and they are down on their luck. Now, it's a difference between someone who is just laying around, don't want to do nothing, ain't doing nothing, can't do nothing, and they just waiting on a free ride from whoever. It's a difference, female or male, than someone who is a go-getter, has always been a fighter and a go-getter and have nice things and do great things, but they're down on their luck right now. Perhaps they got laid off their job right before they met you. Perhaps they got fired from their job right before they met you. Perhaps they got let go because they didn't do the COVID. I mean, I don't know the vaccine. I mean, everybody got stories, right? But perhaps they went through a little season and a downtime, and they just need some time to get it together. So they got a little money coming in right now, whether it's Social Security or their little retirement pension or unemployment if they got through and got any. They got something. Some of them have a little aid from the county. I don't think they give a lot for that, but they give you a few $100s a month. So they got a few dollars, and their living situation is taken care of because who they live with, they don't have to worry about kicking out a whole bunch of rent. But they're human, right? They want to connect, bond, and have fun and get with someone that's worth getting with, but they don't have no money. Should we rule people out because of their situations? And I mean, this can even get deeper. There's some I've heard crazy stories like, I don't want to date anybody that's darker than me. I don't want to date anybody that's short. Maybe an average height woman. And men don't trip on the height too much. I mean, some men like tall, slender women, and some could really care less how if she's taller than him or shorter than him. It ain't about the height anyway. It's about the character of the person. But you have people who go into, well, they too short. I'm cool. Nah, they too short. Oh, he ain't got no hair. I don't like bald men. Or, um, her hair is all funky and don't look good, and she only looks right when she wears weaves and stuff, and I don't like that. which weaves and hair being funky, all that does not make the character of the person. Hair can be gone today, here today, gone tomorrow. Think about this. There are some people who get sick, right? They get into a situation where you used to love cheesecake. um, people get into a situation where they get sick and they have to have chemo and stuff like that, and they lose all their hair, eyelashes. They lose their hair in the head, whatever, and they have to do things to cover up the baldness temporarily. Some just let it go, and man, I'm like, wow. I'm just loving that when they can just go and be them and take it in as it is. And then there's some who just can't stand the sight of being bald and they wear what they wear. But that does not change the character of a person. That does not make a person. Hair does not make a person, um, whether you have it or you don't. So, all these things and issues about, well, I'll get with somebody if they have this, if they don't, if they look like this, if they don't. Come on, you guys. We grown. Come on. Is it really all about that? Is it about the money? Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to be in a situation where a person is just flat broke and have nothing, and you're always the one giving, especially a new fresh, you know interaction, involvement. And a lot of men that, real men, they just don't even want to get into a woman until they get themselves together, because a man doesn't feel totally complete if his finances is not in together, his home is not in order, and things of that nature. Things got to be in order for him to feel complete. So when his pockets is low, he doesn't feel cool trying to chase, trying to get at. When he's going through a lot of stress or situations he doesn't feel right trying to get at, he wants to get things together, and I commend that. I respect that. But however, like I say, we're human, and sometimes you do meet someone and you're like, wow, I want to get to know that. Excuse me, y'all. So you say, wow, I want to get to know that, and you put on your little Nikes and you get to running and you get to making it happen. But you forget that your pockets is light. Your pockets is light, and people are very judgmental. I've heard one lady say, uh-uh, I can't do it. I can't deal with a broke dude. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be the one always pulling out the money. I'm not going to always be the one taking us on dates. Now, if you're with somebody and you've been together and you got history and you got love and you're a partnership, you have come together and you're intertwined as one, and something happens to one, it happens to the whole pod. So you work and pull together. That's a different scenario. But we're speaking primarily right now about people who are trying to come together in the beginning, and it's all about you being broke. And folks are judging you because you don't have no money, especially this time of year. Ladies is talking about they want these particular gifts, they want to go here, they want to take trips, they want to, Valentine's is coming up, New Year's, they want to do to wine and dine that. You know what I'm saying? Cheesecake, you can't do it. He was broke. Oh man. I think I think we all at some point have been with a situation where either the woman has been broke or the man has been broke. You feel me? And you really are vibing and digging that person because usually um Let me sit up a little bit. Usually, they got so many other qualities that is bomb. So many other qualities that's bomb that you sometimes dismiss the brokenness. You see what I'm saying? You dismiss the fact that they broke at first. You just ride along with it. But then, you know what I'm saying? I hear you, Cheesecake. You say you'll stay single at this age. Yeah. I mean, when we younger, you see what I'm saying? When we younger in your 20s, your 30s, and you may not trip as much because everybody's still trying to get themselves together. Everybody's trying to get right. Everybody's trying to, not really trip on, the value of this and that. You're just kind of doing you. So you don't trip. You get up in your 40s and your 50s and, even 60s and, you get with somebody that's coming at you straight up broke and you got a few assets. You got some things to bring to the table. You may be working, have a decent income, got a little retirement plan building up. You may, own a home. You may even have a business. You may, you know, have a nice car. I mean, all these are material things, but you have some things that you have developed and acquired over the years that you're very proud of. And this person is coming at you strong, trying to pursue you, whether it's a man or a woman, and they just pretty much are broke. They're at a stage in their life where they just don't have nothing to bring to the table, and it has you question, well, what have you been doing all these years? What did you do up until this broke point? Why are you trying to get at me? Are you trying to get at me because I got a few things and you don't? You start to question that. But then again, there is some folks that have good hearts and character, and they are just going through a bad stage in their life where things happen. I remember a bad time in my life where it was a domino effect of all kinds of stuff, and I went back to school and got myself back on track, but I had to push, and I had that fight and that drive in me. But being on the job for 15 years, being in management, laid off, you know, uh, going through a divorce, your house is being quick sold. Man, you got these kids that you still got to be attentive to, that you got to deal with now on your own. And, it just seemed like boom, 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 boom. Things was just hitting left and right. And I felt like I was just plummeting down. And so I didn't put myself out there to date or be a part of anybody getting to know them on that level because I felt like I was pretty broken. Um, you know, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Cheesecake. You do need to stay single when you're going through a bad, broken stage. And that's where I was at that point. It was like I knew that I wouldn't be nothing but a burden on somebody, or even if, they were into me, and I knew that they would be because my character and type of woman that I am was still the bomb. I'm just tooting my horn a little bit, but I was broke, toe up from the floor up, and had all kinds of issues. Credit was all toe up. I'm like, well, what can I bring to the table? Nada at that point. So I kind of fell back, focused on me, got myself together, got things to the point where they started climbing upwards. I started shining a little brighter and this and that. And you didn't have to really look hard because all the other little light bulbs started then coming your way, after you regained yourself. So then, you may consider a date. You may consider going out. Yeah, and there could be many reasons why people are in that situation, Cheesecake, and and it's sad, and life is what it is. But we got to dig ourselves out of that hole. But pursuing another during that time is very unfair, and especially, I believe, not to just down the men, but A man should really not go there with pursuing a woman until he has a few things in order. If you're kind of jagged and toe up and maybe you're going through a divorce and your stuff is real crumbled right now, maybe during the court process she pretty much took you for all you had. You don't have much of nothing now, and the first thing on your mind is, I need to go out here and get me another woman. I need to get me somebody to take my mind off of all this madness. But you bringing a lot of stuff to this other woman that's broken, and it's not fair. And vice versa, women that go through the same type of scenario. You're bringing a lot of stuff that's broken. So fix and clean your own house first. However, should we judge one? Um, Sometimes love does happen, Levon. You are right. And love can happen when you do fall into the arms of someone and you are broken and they are not focused on what you have, but focused on who you are. That is the best kind of love, okay? Because if that person loves you and you're in a broken state and you don't have anything to bring to the table, then they're going to love you to the moon and back regardless. And that's a keeper. That's loyalty. That's loyalty. Because then when you do come up and start shining, you know what I'm saying, and get your stuff together, it's all gravy. But especially if they can be down for you when it's not. And that's rare. That's another thing too. You have got to appreciate, appreciate, and love tenderly someone who's down for you, for you. That it's not about how much you have. It's not about what you have. It's not about your status per se. It's about the character of the man or the woman that you are, and they love you and want to be with you unconditionally. Now there is a fine line, like I said. Nobody at a mature stage in life, you don't want to be with someone who is complacent, lazy, and okay with things being down here and not trying to do nothing to elevate, or to elevate together as a couple, or someone who just wants to clip onto your wing and elevate with you. um yes, the material status, I hear you, I hear you. And we shouldn't judge another based on what they have and don't have. But at the end of the day, like Cheesecake was saying, um, taking risks. You know what I'm saying? And some men do get with women and they're broken. And then the women help them get fixed up, cleaned up, groomed up, smelled up, all that. And then they're gone. They're gone. After she done put in all that stock to help shave and shiver him up. And, I'm not saying that men don't do the same. There's some men that get women into great status. They'll bring her in while she's broken. They'll, let her go to school, get her little career focus, help her with her kids if she have any, do all these things, And soon as she get polished, here comes Tyrone and she's gone. So you have to be careful what you invest your stock in, whether they have something or they don't. You have to be very careful. And you also, like has been mentioned, when you get to a certain season stage in your life, you have to make smarter and wiser decisions and choices. And when you pick somebody that you are dating exclusively, just you and them, and I'm not talking about just going on a date to go have a Starbucks or a pizza. What I'm talking about, Back in the day, when we say dating, it was like, okay, we dating. You my girl, I'm your dude. We dating. But now it's a different kind of flair to it. If you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. And that's where vetting comes in. Explain that, Levon. Um, so, but when you're dating, folks say dating is just, it's no relationship. You're just going out, you know, you just going out regardless of the season of life. Okay. You can vet all you want. People will do a switcheroo real quick. Yeah. Right, Levon. And they will. Some people will do a switcheroo on you. That's why you have to be careful and protect your investments. You can't just go all and out and take a risk on something that, you know, like we're talking about, being with somebody that's broke or that has nothing to bring to the table but themselves or their bodies, or that type of thing, and that's it. Well, coming together and building together takes a lot more than just the physical act. Okay? That's going to be good when it's good, but once it's over, it's over. Now what? What do we have? Where are we going? What are we trying to do? Is it all on me? You know what I'm saying? Most of us at a mature stage have raised our children. They're grown. You may be helping them out a little bit. You may be helping with the grandkids a little bit. But at a grown folk mature stage, you have raised your children. So when you take on the responsibility of someone who has nothing, pretty much you are raising another child per se, because they are dependent on you. And if you stop doing what you're doing, it's going to cause some detriment to them for a minute. And that's where you get all caught up with the guilt and the fact that you're in it to win it, the loyalty and things of that nature. But it's a double-edged sword, like I was saying. Don't rule out a good quality person, a good hearted person, a good morally focused person, a person that truly loves you because they're down on their luck in the moment. Could you go there? Regardless of the goodness of who they are. All right, I hear you, Cheesecake, and I hear you, Levine. Say it, say it. Yeah, yeah. Um, it is about how they handle their business and how they treat their business and things of that nature. But that's why you have to invest wisely, and you have to see and know and get into the depths of what you are making your investment in. Okay? Because a relationship and coming together with someone is an investment. It's an investment, believe it or not. And you are giving up a whole lot of self. That's whether you have money or not. You're still giving up yourself when you're in a relationship, and you have to consider 100 wholeheartedly this next person. And if they are coming to you with nothing to bring to the table, there has got to be a lot of substance and qualities of that person that makes the risk worth it. Or are you at a place in your life that you're not risk taking in that area? And if you are, ain't nobody mad at you. I totally understand. I mean, I'm understanding both sides of the coin. I'm telling you. You know, you need and want somebody that can bring something to the table. At the same time, I'm looking at quality, not quantity. I'm looking at the richness of the heart, the mind, the spirit, the connection of a person. You know what I mean? Um, but at the same time, I hear you, Cheesecake. Why waste your time on something or someone and go in a direction that you already know it's a done deal from the gate? You done checked out the qualities of that person. You see how complacent they are. You see that they are needy per se, And you don't want to take on that responsibility. You don't want to take on that, I hate to say burden, but it can be. Because now you have to worry about you and thee. You see what I'm saying? And how appreciative is that person of that. And then I hear you, Levon. And then if things do not work out after all that grooming and all that building and all that, and they end up going on and they've obtained all this wealth and growth from you, then how is that going to make you feel? What position? I've seen some people that have been left in deep holes behind giving of themselves and everything because they have taken a chance and loved someone. And I think they were mature in life when they did it. Like I said, it's one thing when you're younger, but when you're older, you have a lot more to lose. So, with that being said, this is a very thought provoking subject today for the grown, sexy, okay, folks out there that can relate. Cheesecake, I hear you. Because he's jealous that I'm more successful. Bingo. There can be jealousies about that, especially with a woman being more successful than the man and he's not feeling whole or complete about his stance and situation. There can be jealousies. There could be plans of sabotaging, whether he wants to do it purposely or it just happens because he loves the fact that he's entangled in this goodness, but he's also very bitter behind his stuff being at a point that it is, and this woman that he's with is elevated up high, and it causes issues. Because why? Because a man has got to get himself and his house in order before he pursues a woman, especially a status quo woman. He has got to have something to bring to the table. A woman, she has got to have something to bring to the table so that you both can complement one another. And on that note, y'all, hey, y'all know what I'm saying. I got to go. We gonna finish this. I hear you, Cheesecake. And I've learned you've learned from others to take heed. Yep. Some women have ruined their lives. They have gotten caught up in situations. And I don't mind you guys keep chatting and talking about this. I got to get back to the desk. But this is a hot topic. We're going to really probably continue this. I may continue this probably tomorrow if I can get on here again for afternoon thoughts. But it's a hot topic. And Cheesecake, I'm always coming off the head with something real life. I welcome you. I welcome you, Levon. Thank you too. And your comments and everything. You guys are the bomb. You help me thrive in doing what I do. On that note, be grown or be gone. And this is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith. And I'm going to be back at y'all. Have a good day. All right.